Morning bikers, Big T here again. Right, this is part 2 of installing power to your top box. It's now completed. I think it works brilliant. It looks really well. It's not intrusive, and to be honest with you, that cable will probably stay in there most of the time anyway, but it works a treat. So here we go. I'll see you in a bit just after this. Let's go into man cave. There's my bike. I've got the seat off already. There's the cam smart. There's the recording device for the in-off K3, and that yellow wire should be a switch live. So what I've done is I've pre-put the connector on, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put power to the bike. I'm going to test it with an electric tester, then put power to the bike, and in theory what should happen is I should see no response while the power's off, and as soon as I turn the bike on it should show power. So I'll do that now. Right then, I've got one of these which basically just tests if there's a live there. I'll touch that now. That's earthed on there, look, onto the frame. Touch that in there. It's not lighting up, there's no power. Right, so now let's turn the bike on. Right, now in theory, what we should have that lighting up now. There you go, lighting up. Power, so it is a switch live. And just to double confirm, it turned power to bike off. Now it still lights up because I would imagine it'll be, it's on the CAN bus obviously, and it keeps power to about 60 seconds, so we'll wait, and that then should just turn itself off basically. So we'll wait, let's see what happens. There you go, it's turned itself off. So I know now that's definitely switch live. So I'm happy about that. Let's go around here then. There's my tyre changer, absolutely amazing bit of kit that. And here we have the connector that I'm going to pick up on. Is underneath here, it's tie wrapped to the frame, so I'm going to do them tie wraps, but that's what I'm going to pick up on, and I'm going to move it up through here so it comes out here, and it might even go up there, but if it don't, then I'll join here somewhere. So I need to get that off. Just throw them over there a sec. So I'll take that cover off, cut them tie wraps, and I'll be back in a minute. Looking at that, you can see what my problem is. There's far too many cables going in there as it is. What I will do one day, I think I'm going to get a distributor hub and put it somewhere up here where all these cables go into that, and then they only have basically 2 cables coming down to here. But you can see why I don't want to put any more on there. So this is the bit that I'm going to pick on. So I need to get rid of these tie wraps here, work out, I don't know if this is it up here, I don't think this is it up here, but get that off there, feed that back up here, and then that's where I'm going to pick up on it. Right, so I've managed to get that cable up through here, look, and I'm going to, it's not as long as I thought it was, so I'm going to tie wrap it to there, tie wrap it to there, and that's where I'll have to join it. So we'll have to go up through here, up through there, and then I think we'll be good then, because then it'll come under the back seat to the back box up here. So, bonus. Right, I'm going to go and get some cable and measure that. So what I've done now is, this cable here, that 2-core cable, I've threaded it up through there, brought it out here. What I need to do now is I need to fasten this onto it, so it joins onto that there, and then the joint should hopefully be up through here somewhere. So I'll do that now. Right then, so what I've done is, if you can see, I've connected that connector that goes onto there. It's connected in there, soldered with some shrink tubing. I've put that on just to protect it a bit more, and I'm going to tie wrap that down to here. Obviously leave a little bit of room so I can unplug it when I need to, and it's fed up through here. So now what I need to do is, I think I'm going to have the relay here, so that's going to go there. So what I need to do is probably cut it about here, and then the fuse has obviously got to go in there as well, so but I don't want the fuse down inside. I want it up here, so what I'll do is I'll just make it go round it or something like that. So I'll do that now, and then I'll come back and show you what I've done. Right, so what I've done now is I've now added the fuse, and it goes to number 30 on the pin of the relay. It's got a fuse in there. I've also put an earth to number 85. So now what I need to do is take a live feed from there up to the box. Switch live goes from 86, and that's going to go into there. So I'm going to do the switch live now while I'm here. Right, then I'll show you how far I've got. I'm about done on bike now, to be honest with you. So there's a connector there. I just need to plug that in. I'm going to check it in a minute. Goes through there, comes up through here. It's tie wrapped just once there onto them cables with a bit of armoured core coating on it. Comes up through here, comes into here. Then we've got it splits into the relay, into the appropriate points. The earth coming from this, which obviously goes, it plugs into the back box. Obviously the earth and a live coming off of that. So what I've done, that also had an earth coming in. So what I've done is I've doubled the earth going into the same earth point. So hopefully now everything's good to go, and I'll test it. So here we go, let's go and test it. Right then, so here's a moment of truth. I've got my tester. We're plugged in there to power. Everything's plugged into the relay, hopefully where it should be. We've got a fuse in there. So what we need to do now is move this and test the live on that. And it's not lighting up, look. No light, no light. So then what we'll do, we'll come across, we'll power her on. She's turned on. Lights are on. Let's test it again. There you go. We have live. We have live. That's switch live. So that's working. Bonus. So turn that off. Now that will remain powered up for a short. I think it's about 60 seconds it stays on. Well, it'll go off. It should do anyway, hopefully. Because if it don't, there's a problem. There you go. Gone off. There you go. So we're working. We're all connected. We're back in the house now and sort the top box out. And there you go. I've just put the top box on, even though I haven't drilled that thing in it yet, that adapter. But that's where it's going to go there. So I think that's a win-win, don't you? Put the back seat on, see what it looks like. Right, there you go. So that's the seat in place now. And that's there like that, and that'll plug into there like that. Let's have a look from the other side. There you go. I mean, I could probably shorten it. I'm not gonna shorten it, because that's fine, not hurt anything, that. But that'll go there like that. Plug into that. And then if I don't want it, I can just literally fold it back underneath the seat, can't I? So, yeah, win-win. Nice one. Just make sure there's no, yeah, that's fine, isn't it? I don't know about you, but I think that looks quite tidy, does that? All fits in there nice. It's almost as if that bolt on top of that were made for it. I mean, my box pretty much stays on bike all the time anyway, so it'll probably just be plugged in all the time. Right then, I'm going to show you what I've done. So if you look outside the box, there you go, look. That's just going to hang there like that. That little rubber grommet in there, that's almost a perfect fit, that. So we go round into the box. I've actually added one of these like connectors, look, because I thought, well, what happens if I need to take it out? So I've put one of them in there, and then I'm going to connect that to that there. So I'll do that now, and then it's nearly done then. All wired up, everything's ready to go back on bike. If you look there, I've permanently put two USB-C cables in, tie wrapped them in there. I can just unplug them if I need power for something else. There's still a USB 3 spare there, so they'll stay there. Two battery banks I decided on. and it comes down there, look, and at either side of that connector I put a tie wrap just to stop it from pulling backwards and forwards. Goes down through that rubber grommet, and then we come round here, nice, neat and tidy, look, look at that, bang on that. Right, so let's go and fit it to the bike and see how it all works. There we go, top box is fitted to the bike. So now all I need to do is plug this in. Maybe I can shorten it a little bit, maybe. Right then, moment of truth, it's all connected. Look, I've had to rearrange tie wraps a little bit, but it's what it is. See, it fits on there fine, goes up into the box. Just move these off the top of the box a sec. Open the box. There we go. Beautiful. Right, let's go switch her on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Right, there it goes. There we go, blue lights. So theoretically now, that should show it's not going to pull out. Probably don't even need a strap on top of that one. Look, it's pretty tight, that. So, yeah. But what I will do is I'll unplug it. So there you go, look, that one's charging. Take this strap off there, turn that one up, unplug that one, turn it down. There you go, green lights are on that. Power off, power on, power off, power on. Let's just turn the engine of it. They do not go above the edge of the box. So if I get my bag, which is here, take that off a sec. But that comes flush with the top, I think. There you go. That's it like that. I never zip this bag up anyway, unless I'm carrying it somewhere, but stuff in there, look. Beautiful. I will put a strap on the back of that one, like I've got on this one, but that's working a treat, that. Just stop it while we're obviously studying shed, but while we're moving it might bounce about a bit and jump out. Put another one of them elastics on there, like that. It's not going nowhere, is it? I don't think it will come out though, because that's pretty tight, look, because the cable's stopping it. But put one of them on just for safety, sorry. So there you go. Absolutely chuffed to bits with that. Forward now. That then. Power will stay on for a bit, I would have thought, yeah, and then it'll switch off with CAN bus. Oh, well, I hope we've enjoyed that and you get something out of it and it helps you out. I mean, obviously the principle's the same regardless of what parts you use, but you don't have to buy these exact parts. There you go, power's gone out. I'll take my batteries back in the house now. But them USB cables, I can leave them in there because obviously I've got loads of DJI stuff and you get loads of cables with them. And yeah, I actually made 3 more of these and I was going to have them banked up here, but I thought, no, I don't need that, I only need 2. And then obviously there's only so much power coming through that So I think 2's enough. So that's 6 batteries. So next time I go out, I'll try that and see how they do, see how well they charge battery up. But I'm looking hopeful for this. I think it's promising that they're going to work just fine. See, I have got on bike, I've got this 12 volt connection, but it's not 12 volt, is it? But it comes off a CAN bus, one there, it's like a DIN socket, which is where my Optimate goes into, and I've also got a USB down there, but I just don't think they give enough power off. So right, I'll speak to you in a minute. I'm just going to tidy everything up, just show you what it looks like, fitted with seat and everything on. That's bang on, is that, isn't it? Not wrong with that. Beautiful. And that's probably just going to stay there all the time, to be honest with you, because I very rarely take the top box off. But you obviously need a connector in case I do need to take it off for some reason. Right, I'll speak to you in a bit. Right then, guys, that's it. Job done. I'm well impressed with how it turned out. Hope you are. If you liked it and you think it's alright, please do us a favour and give us a like, a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, because I'm going to fill this channel full of loads of stuff like that. If you've not seen part 1, it's up there or up there, I don't know which side it's going to show up. Just click on that and it'll take you to part 1, shows you all the components that you need. Most of it were bought from Amazon, to be honest with you, but you know, you can get it from eBay pretty much anywhere. So anyway, I hope it helps you out and you find it useful, and I'll speak to you again in next video. Thanks for stopping by. Big T out.